This is the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast. Thank you for listening, subscribing, and hitting subscribe on your friend's phone without them knowing. Coming to you from the kitchen studios in downtown Raleigh. This episode is sponsored in part by Spot On, tech that helps your business grow. Request a demo at spoton.com. And Joe Van Gogh Coffee, serving the community from seed to cup, taking particular care at every step to honor the bean. And now, when you think these guys, you think brisket and pork butt. It's Max Trujillo and Matthew Weiss.
Hello, and thank you for listening to the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast. I am your co-host, Max Trujillo.
And I am your co-host, Matthew Weiss. And today, we are in the afterglow of Bubbles and Brisket 2022.
That's right. And joining us in studio here, you rarely hear her voice except when she's rattling off raffle ticket numbers. But Miss Castle is here. Elizabeth, say hello.
Hi.
If you hear typing in the background of most of our microphones...
I don't think my microphone's on. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I can hear you. If you ever hear typing in the back of our podcast when we're recording with people, it's because Elizabeth is diligently writing down like show notes during the entire time. I hear it every now and then. I'm like, what is that?
Tickety-tack, clickety-clack.
Anyways, this is the Tuesday after Bubbles and Brisket, and we're just doing a quick little recap. We had an excellent time. I think when we talk about what a success looked like to us with an event like this, we were hopeful to have maybe, 350 people, let's say. I think after all was said and done, we had over 400 and some odd people, like maybe 450,
Souls. There.
Souls. 450 souls, yeah. Which was fantastic. And if you didn't make it, you really missed out. Too bad for you, but perhaps you will come to Bubbles and Brisket number 3 next year.
That's right.
We do that.
Well, I think after the success of this year, we are we're
compelled,
in it, right? Yeah, we're compelled to do it. So this place, if you weren't there, but maybe you heard about it or saw some pictures. So Smoky Hollow off of P Street downtown, right next to the new Publix, is this amazing brick / cobblestone corridor from Harrington to... I forget what other street that is. Johnson Street. And it's just beautiful. And it creates this perfect outdoor venue where the breeze is always coming through. You've got quite a bit of shade from the buildings there. And the other thing is we were blessed with we could not have asked for better weather. So last year, Bubbles Brisket number 1, we had a torrential downpour through right smack dab in the middle of the Bubbles and Brisket event, which created its sort of own romance and intimacy as everybody huddled under the tents.
Preferred not to have that happen.
I think that's right.
And we were definitely blessed by the sun god by giving us this fantastic weather. Little high winds in the beginning. We might have lost a few of our tents permanently because of the high winds. But aside from that, fantastic event. Obviously, big shout outs to all of the participants. Let's see if we can remember them all as we were walking through.
Oh, yeah.
For one, Sam Suchoff of Lady Edison Ham was slicing ham. He was the only one non-beef based, non-brisket based, but he had that, which was really great. And then we had longleaf swine getting their butts kicked right up front because they were the first
as you walked
entity right there. We go to our Triangle Wine Company bar, which had all of our wine vendors.
21 different sparkling wines.
So great. Then we had Mr. Jake Wood of Lawrence Barbecue.
Before that, Kyle Sutton from Bestow Baked Goods Butts for Babies.
That's right. He had a nice team. He had sweets and mac and cheese and brisket. So good.
Yep.
And then we have Butcher's Market right there, set up across the way from them. Then you keep going back. We had
Alley 26. You had Brandon Shepard Barbecue.
Yep.
Then right smack dab in the middle, Nick Damp bought his big old 2,000-gallon smoker for his true Texas style brisket.
And you had Bull Batch Creamery. Listeners would remember from originally 12 Paws Ice Cream, but now it's Bull Batch. Maura McCarthy is out there, and she's fantastic. Those ice creams were crazy.
I heard amazing feedback about the ice cream.
Yeah, Matt's not a big sweet guy.
I did try. I have to be honest. I did not get a chance to try all the food.
I tried all of it.
Wow.
I tried all of it.
All the brisket?
But I definitely got feedback from everybody. And so don't
Oldie's
forget
Tavern,
Oldie's Tavern.
right next to them.
Yeah, who had the blue cheese to potato
salad.
salad, which I heard raves about.
We had Matthew Register and Roberto Sandoval from
That was
Southern Smoked Barbecue.
Tasty.
Fantastic. And
that's it.
And then we had Crafton. We had
Crafton
and we
beer.
had Franklin from Tarboro Brewing Company, who is our brewer, making Crafton's light lager and session IPA. And he was pouring, that poor bastard. He brought 2 friends because he's like, "Can I bring some friends?" We're like, "Sure, yeah, bring some friends." Those friends got to work.
Yeah.
Because we, Crafton, were the only beer vendor. And as much as the champagne was fantastic, when you're outside and it's hot and you're eating a bunch of brisket, a big can of light lager just sounds fantastic. So that line was probably the most consistent, and we ran out of beer really quick. And I'm not saying anything about, I'm not just being, hey, Crafton, but the beer was flowing.
The beer was flowing, yeah.
And so he and his 2 friends did not have much downtime. They were getting crushed. Big kudos to Kane Realty, who owns the whole property there, and the teams that allowed us come through. The funny thing is, back in the day when I was the GM over at Midtown Grill, the same security guards that used to roam the halls at North Hills were helping out at Smoky Hollow. So it just felt like old friends hanging out. They did things. And then to speak about Smoky Hollow, because who knows if we'll be able to do it again next year. And not because we weren't super great and everyone loved us there, but Smoky Hollow is being built right now. And almost completely former guests of the show. You've got Gary Crunkleton opening up his own Raleigh-based The Crunkleton bar. Then we have a very good friend of ours, J Lights, Jared Burton, opening up his second location, first one out there in Durham. He's going to have J Lights number 2 in Smoky Hollow. And then we had Tyler Hellickson of Happy and Hail fame opening up Madre right across the way from J Lights in the same spot. And then we haven't had Midwood Barbecue on yet, but they're coming out of Charlotte. And so they're going to be coming up to kind of flank this whole side. There are 2 other spots, I think, that have yet to be rented out. But if those 4 are anything of the inkling of what you're going to have in that space, it's really great. And kudos to the Kane developers for believing in local business, even in a place where you easily could probably put a PF Chang's in or something, and instead going 100% in on local business and giving great local restaurateurs and beverage makers a space.
Yeah. Well, not to get off topic for a second, but you'll be listening to this on Thursday morning. And by that time, I was just reading this morning, you will have read or heard about the James Beard Awards finalists. So here's a congratulations and go get them for all the North Carolina participants in being nominated. I mean, I know you know this, but just to people who are listening that don't know, out of the best chef Southeast, which incorporates Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, and Georgia, North Carolina has received 4 out of the 5 finalist nominations.
That's crazy. Who do we have? Do you have them off the top of your head?
Katie Button.
The
guy from Benny on Eagle, who I can't remember his name, but he's also up for best
not Jonathan
newcomer chef.
Fleer, but the person that took over after Ashley left.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name. And then it's Ricky Moore.
Ricky Moore, recently on the show, Saltbox.
Yeah, and
then is it Chidi?
And it's Chidi. Yeah. There you go. And then the other one is from Nashville. I'm not sure, but yeah,
Chidi Kumar.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. So
that's amazing.
4 out of 5. So yeah, congratulations to all you. You know what? You've already won, and we're really pulling for, to tie it back to Bubbles and Brisket, our friends who came and hung out with us after and had a couple of bubbles. Our friends Shannon Healy and Chef Carrie Schleifer from Alley 26, who were over there, and they are nominated for Outstanding Bar Program.
And that's a national award. That's not just regional.
Award.
So
yeah, so go get them. And they were great. They were there in the corner, back to Bubbles and Brisket, and
in the wind tunnel.
The only real smoked brisket, and it was this beautiful little potatoes and she does it, as she said, with that red tomato sauce.
It's like a grandpa's recipe, she said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, more stew, if you will.
Yeah, more of a stew.
Yeah, that was delicious. What do you think, Elizabeth? What was any highlights of food or drink or anything that you had over there? Something that you learned that you'd never had before?
I mean, nothing I hadn't had before, but every one of my friends were just obsessed with McNamps.
Yeah.
And I was too. I mean, his was so
Baked
good.
beans. He made house pickles, like thinly sliced pickles on top of his brisket. He was crushing it. Our boys over there at Longleaf Swine, they did not necessarily esquites, but they did like a corn salad with this like verde sauce on top. That blew my mind. It was so flavorful. It was great. The kids, of course, Kyle Sutton got him again with that mac and cheese because all the kids that were there, they all kept running back. And then he also had his amazing cookies right there.
I had 2 of those.
Yeah. It was a little unfair, Kyle. You're like, yeah, I'm just going to provide all the sweets too.
You take what you get, man. You use your advantage, right? And then of course, and I want to say, like, as far as barbecue events go, we had the creme de la creme. Sorry if you didn't show up, but not that you're not the top of the top, but we really had some major players there, some high culinary talent there, and the greatest part about that was not only did we, as the producers of this event, enjoy, and the guests who got to enjoy all the food and the drink, but they enjoyed themselves because they got to look across the Smoky Hollow and see, like, Jake from Lawrence Barbecue got to look across and kind of talk trash to Matthew Register of Southern Smoke, and they were like having at it and having a good time, but all yucking it up and really having a good time getting to know each other and taste each other's food.
Yeah, and that leads us to we decided to do something fun inside of the whole event, and we put together a little game show, if you will. And Matt and I, Pat Sajak, and Alex Trebek, we are not. But we try to do our best. We did. We had a big shout out to Patrick Cunning, our DJ, who was locking it down, playing sick beats all night long.
Oh yeah,
and just had it smooth and helped us record our little game show. So we'll take a little break. We'll play you some highlights from the game show, some of the fun answers that were given, and we had a lot of giveaways. We had each chef play against each other versus each other. They had 3 questions to ask, but they were also playing for a guest in the audience that joined them on stage. And so we'll just put a little sample up here, and we'll come back to say goodbye. We'll come back in a little bit.
So we're going to do some games and giveaways. We have a matchup of
Corner Boys Barbecue, Mr. James Sampson, against the new kid in town, coming out of here from St. Louis, a la Texas, a la Chicago. He's all over the world. He's been running from the law. But Nick Damp from Damp Good Barbecue,
yeah, baby,
right there in the corner.
And the team that wins, okay, or the guest that wins receives this amazing swag bag filled with swag, like hats, T-shirts, gift cards to one of these purveyors, and booze.
There's like some beer, there's some vodka, there's some gift cards. There's a lot of cool stuff.
What is your name?
Janelle.
Janelle.
Let's give it up for Janelle, everybody. Come on.
Are you having a good time?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you're a listener of the podcast? Just lie and say yes.
Well, you had to subscribe to get a ticket, so.
Okay. First round, ready to go. Now, tell us your name. Lucy. All right, Lucy, you're playing right here with James.
Yeah.
Simple stuff. Remember, this is Bubbles and Brisket. So, I'm going to ask Janelle and Nick Damp as a team. True or false? Cava and Prosecco are made in the exact same method.
True.
Let's refer to our house sommelier, Matt. They said it was true that Cava and Prosecco were made in the same method.
Nick, are you concurring with that? Okay. I'm sorry. If you guys next year come to Bubbles and Brisket, you have to know Cava is made in the like champagne, and Prosecco is made with bubbles infused into the tank.
The Charmant method and the method is champenoise.
That's right. All right.
Come on, Matt.
James, you got a big chance. James and Lucy. All right, here we go. Based on its regional origin, beef Wellington, the dish, beef Wellington, would pair best with the Gusborne wines here today? True or false? It is true. Beef Wellington is of England, as the Gusborne wines are from England.
I wouldn't have known that one either, Matt. That was a tough one.
You're
All
going
right.
to lose your card.
Let's do a multiple choice. Here's an easy one to you two. The North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast has been going on for how many years? Is it A, 2 years, B, 4 years, C, 5 years, or D, 8 years?
This is the second.
5.
Boom!
That is correct. You are up. You are up one. We've been doing this for 5.5 years, I'd say. Yeah. Over.
Okay. Yeah, 5.5 years. Okay. To Lucy and James, the names of Max and my wife are A, Sarah and Francesca, B, Sadie and Felicia, C, Jennifer and Elizabeth, D, Sarah and Felicia.
Okay.
Oh, he's calling a friend.
They're right there. We're looking right at them. You can't look at Instagram.
If you listen to the show, Felicia and Sarah, boom!
That is correct.
Okay.
All right, this is the last one. You guys are tied up. So this is an open-ended question. This is going to go to the chef. So Matt, bring the mic over to James. This is going to go quick. Back and forth. Back and forth. Until one of you can't name an answer. All right? So what we're going to ask you, we're going to start with you, Nick. This has got to be simple, and this is for someone that cooks a lot of beef.
Hold on, give me this 1 second.
Name cuts of beef. Go.
Brisket.
Oh, sirloin,
Flank steak.
round eye. Yeah,
New York strip.
check eye,
Beef rib.
beef tenderloin,
Oxtail.
cow head,
Cow tongue.
Denver.
Beef belly.
Oh no, belly.
The belly.
Beef liver,
Beef heart.
I can't believe we're still going.
beef balls. Wow, I don't know. We have to go to the judges. I had beef balls. Hey, we see the cow. With
I said beef rib already, but I'm going to say short rib because that's a different cut.
Okay.
Let's go with No. New York strip.
That was already said. I'm sorry, James, you have lost. That means, Janelle, you have won a gift bag that is furnished
Right.
by Triangle Wine Company, Butcher's Market, U.S. Foods. Inside, you got a hat from us, a shirt from us. You got Non's Salt, Pinching Salt. They are this week's episode guest. You got a bottle of Blue Shark vodka coming out of Wilmington. You got a couple cans of Crafton beer. And you also have a gift card. You got $50 to Butcher's Market.
Hey,
Enjoy
give
yourself.
it up for Nick and Janelle, everybody.
Thank you. All righty. Take care. All right, gents. Get back and keep cooking.
In our next round, we have the Butcher's Market versus our boy, my neighbor, Kyle Sutton.
What's your name?
Eric.
All right, Eric and Lauren.
Kyle with Nick from the Butcher's Market. All right.
True or false? Meat cows were brought to the United States by Spanish settlers.
We're going to go with false.
They were,
It is true.
in fact, brought by
Gotta
Spanish settlers.
give it up to those Spaniards. They're why we're eating all that brisket today. All right, Matt.
Okay.
Pitch it up for Mr. Kyle Sutton.
All right, Mr. Kyle Sutton and Laura, are you ready? Prosecco is produced by pumping CO2 into a tank of fermented still wine. True or false? True? Yes,
That is
true.
correct.
They take the lead. All right.
All right. Here's one for anyone that's been to Lawrence Barbecue. Talking about you there, Jake. Jake is known, for making some brisket, but Lawrence Barbecue's Caesar is primarily made with which vegetable? Is it A, romaine, B, cauliflower, C, broccoli, or D, brisket? That's for these guys.
Is it a trick question?
I don't know. You tell me.
Let's go with broccoli.
You said broccoli?
Jake, what is it? Yay!
It's broccoli. That is correct.
All right, we have a tie.
All right, here we go.
One each, although you guys have the multiple choice question coming up. All right. Barbecue facts, right? You are somewhat of a master of the barbecue here, Mr. Sutton. You make barbecue sometimes. It's a beautiful apron, by the way, and hat. What city was awarded the barbecue capital of the world? A, Memphis, Tennessee. B, Lexington, North Carolina. C, Kansas City, Missouri. D, Austin, Texas.
By God.
By the powers that be, yeah. This was in the most recent publication.
A lot of people were talking
Buzzbait.
about it.
Yeah.
A lot of people were talking.
Do you concur, Laura? I'm sorry. As a matter of fact, it was Lexington, North Carolina. Yes.
I like how Kyle Sutton just was challenging our facts.
Yeah.
That was his thing. I love it.
So we have
We are tied.
Yeah, we are tied. Open-ended question.
An open-ended question. You
okay.
got one, Matt?
Yeah, this is going to go quickly because I don't feel like a lot of people are paying a lot of attention to the bubbles here today. So, name the wines poured here today. This is a back and forth.
I can do that.
Oh, yeah? All right, go.
Oh, I like it.
Argyle.
Oh,
Argyle.
nice.
I've been in my booth all day.
She's not drinking.
We got set up with that one.
That
Well,
was
that's
easy.
the-
We have a winner.
That's it. We have a winner. It's Argyle.
Yeah, nice. Somebody was paying attention to the bubbles.
Oh, and you got the Crafton gift card. This Crafton is my new food hall we just opened. There's a $60 gift
Crafton.
card in there. There's Blue Shark vodka, Non's pinching salt, a little camo hat from the NCF&B, and a couple more little prizes. Thank you so much.
Longleaf Swine versus Brandon B. Nice Shepherd.
How, Tim? One of my fellow Y Guides dads. Yeah.
You're with Brandon. What's your name?
Tim,
Tim. All right. Tim, where do you hail from?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
All right. We're right in your hometown. And you, sir?
Mike,
Mike, and where are you from?
right down the street from these guys where their building's going to be anyway.
That's right. Longleaf Swine's about to open up a brand new place right there in Oakwood, the former Oakwood Cafe, right? That's right. Right next to Gringo Go-Go.
All right. Max, I got the first one here. We're going to
All
go
right.
really easy.
Let's do
guys.
it.
All right, guys. And if you listen to the show, this is a very easy question. Max and Matt are both from California. True or false? You're going to say true. Are you guys going to collaborate on this? You're going with true. Guys, come on,
Matt's a
guys.
New Yorker,
I'm from
and
New
you know.
York. You know this. Hey, get out of here.
If you're from New York, you tell everyone you're from New York the first second you meet them. That's how you would know.
That's our thing. He's from California. I'm from New York. We came here.
Yeah.
Because it's such a great place.
All right. True or false to Longleaf Swine and Mike? Champagne can be made outside of France.
False.
That is correct. It's
false.
It's false. You
Yeah.
cannot make champagne
All right.
outside of the area that is known as Champagne. That's why it's called Champagne. Right.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it on champagne. So, Pierre Moncuit. It's a wine here today. They make A, champagne, B, cava, C, cremant. A, champagne, B, cava, C, cremant. I'm sorry, guys. It was champagne. I was leading the witness. So, yes, Pierre Moncuit is my favorite champagne, actually.
All right. So if you two get this one right, you win. This is a multiple choice. Which of our chefs released a barbecue cookbook that was photographed by my wife, Felicia Trujillo? Was it A, Jake Wood, B, Nick Damp, C, Matthew Register, or D, Kyle Sutton? Who did my wife shoot a cookbook for out of all those guys?
Register. Matt Register.
That is correct, my friend.
And you win. Mark Russell, knowing his local knowledge.
Nice job, nice job. All right, and you guys win. Take this, enjoy. You got some gift cards. I think you got some Lawrence barbecue gift card in there. That's the hat you wanted. There you go. All right, we got a couple more rounds left. We almost have everyone finished.
Chef Schleifer, you're up. Or is Shannon going to take the stage? Alley 26 and Oldies Tavern.
This is a battle of Chapel Hill versus Durham. You ran over here. You're the first one. Tell us your name.
I'm Sarah.
Sarah.
Good name, good name.
We'll have you play here with the Alley 26 team, Chef Carrie Schleifer and Shannon Healy. It is an honor. It really is.
I've heard Shannon is kind of a ringer at trivia, so this is really rigged here. But good luck. Lou's pretty good too, though. So.
And we have another contestant here as well.
Part of the Oldies crew.
All right, everyone's pointing to you over here, darling. They really were. So now you're coming up. First one. Matt, you want to do the first true or false?
I'll do the first one. And since I know that Shannon's knowledge lies somewhat in the sparkling wine, we're going to go barbecue. So, true or false? The brisket muscles of a cow support 35% of the body weight of a cow. The brisket muscles of a cow support 35% of the body weight of a cow.
Y'all see it's true? You are working as a team over here. It's the shoulder? All right.
It is, in fact, 60% of the cow's weight. No, the answer is 60%. It supports 60% of the weight. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. All right, I didn't make these questions up, Matt. Let's just do a silly one. Between Max and Matt, which host was the star of a Japanese commercial? Was it me or was it him?
I know him better, and I haven't heard that story, so I feel like I want to go with that guy. I want to go with Matt, unless you know. No, I don't know.
You think it's me?
Many Japanese commercials.
We're going to go with Max.
He was waiting all day to use that line.
Yeah, that was my line.
He is huge in Japan. Big, like. Yeah.
All right. We're 1-0 over here. Chapel Hill is swiftly in the lead.
Okay.
We're gonna
you
go
guys ready for multiple choice? You know what, Shannon? You're a good guy. I'm gonna give this one for you. The typical grapes used in Champagne are A, Cabernet Franc, Merlot, and Sangiovese. B, Grenache, Mourvedre, and Pinot Noir. C, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier.
You say
C.
Sarah knew, yeah.
That is
All right.
correct.
That is correct. Great job.
All right.
It's a little softball there. Yeah.
So we're 1-1.
Oh, you knew?
You can get an edge here. All right, let's do another multiple choice. Melanie Pfister's wines, which are presented here today, come from A, Alsace, B, the Rhone Valley, or C, Germany.
Melanie Pfister.
Spelled Pfister. We need an answer.
We're going to go Rhone.
What's the answer, Matt?
The answer is Alsace. Melanie Pfister is the 8th generation first female winemaker of that Alsace domain.
All right, so now we're going to have to do a back and forth open-ended question like we did in the first round. We're going to ask you, let's keep it with sparkling wine. We'll start here with Alley 26. Name famous sparkling wine regions. Go.
Asti.
Asti.
Alsace.
Franciacorta.
Franciacorta, go.
Rhone.
Champagne.
Could be domestic.
We need Julie.
Napa.
Napa, you sure?
Carneros.
Carneros, yes.
That was my answer. Oh.
Sonoma.
It is technically
Sparkling wine regions, but okay, I'll allow.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
Cremant.
What do you
I mean,
think?
Loire. Cremant.
Loire, yes.
Willamette Valley.
They are here today. There's two
Yes.
wines today, so we'll allow.
Blanquette.
Blanquette? This is nerd talk, everyone.
What's the Cava region in front?
You said it, Cava. Yes, Cava.
Oh.
Now it's getting.
Oh, okay. Mosul.
I think so.
Mosul. I don't know, Matt. Defer. Is Mosul a sparkling wine?
I do.
region?
I do represent a sparkling wine from the Mosul, so I'll allow.
All right.
What's Gina Stevens' favorite type of sparkling wine?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Yeah, we already said that.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I haven't seen a sparkling
I
on
don't
a
know
Hawke's
about that.
Bay.
I think we're gonna have to give it over here to Alley 26.
26. Sorry, guys.
It's Sarah. It is. All right, we're calling a winner over here. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
good job, Allie. Great job, guys. Thank you. Thank you for participating.
And this is all for you. There's a lot going on in there. You got some vodka, you got some gift cards, you got some hats, swag.
I think there's another Butcher's Market gift card in there.
Yes.
Thank you to the Butcher's Market.
Thank you all. All right.
Yay, good job, Sarah and Alley 26. Give it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, the last round. Matthew Register and Jake Wood.
Guys, these guys have been talking trash to each other all day, so you should really watch this. This is going to be a heated battle. Ding, ding. Can we have some walk-up music, Patrick? Can we have some walk-up?
It's fine.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah. What? We need two people to play. Who wants to play for Team Jake? Team Jake. I saw this guy's hand come up right here. All right. We need to have some cash in the register. Who wants to be the cash in this old register over here? I'm seeing everyone pointing to you, my friend. Yep. Bring it up.
I have the same shirt, so we're good.
All right. Who are you?
Dave.
Dave. Dave, you're playing with Jake. Welcome, sir.
Welcome.
All right. We're going to do this. And who do we have over here?
I'm Jack.
Jack and
Dave.
Jack and Dave.
We love one-syllable names. That's it. Yeah.
All right, you guys know how this goes. You know what you're
Matthew.
doing? All right, you guys have seen 4 rounds already, so we should be pretty ready.
Your first question is a true or false. Actually, this is just a Max or Matt. This is to you, Jake and Dave. Who's older, Max or Matt? Keep it down.
I'm gonna say Matt just because I think it's you, but I'm gonna go against what I think.
Well, consult with your guy who knows me so well.
I think we gotta go.
Who do you think's older?
Matt. I trust you, my friend. I don't know, but we're gonna go Matt.
I was born 90 days before Matt. I am older.
Much older. Much older. All right, a chance for a door open for Mr. Register and
Jack.
Jack. All right. I got to find a good one. I got to find a really good one. Oh, this is good. Okay. Okay, you ready? Bob Melton opened North Carolina's first barbecue stand in North Carolina in 1917. True or false? Bob Melton opened North Carolina's first barbecue stand in North Carolina in 1917.
This is up your alley, man.
I know. I'm like, before 1917. No barbecue.
Did he open the first barbecue joint?
I do think I'm gonna go with him. I think it's false.
Yes, it is false. Bob Melton did open the first one, but it was in 1919 as we were coming out of World War I in 1917. That is
the worst question.
All right. They have a lead.
All right. Traditional North Carolina barbecue is A, slow-cooked pork using either hickory or oak and vinegar based. B, always pulled pork vinegar-based using hickory or oak wood? Or C, vinegar-based, it has to be the pork shoulder using hickory and oak wood?
Jake can't help.
No,
Yeah,
you guys
of course
can help.
you can.
All right, so A is slow-cooked pork using either hickory or oak wood and vinegar-based. This is traditional North Carolina barbecue. B, always pulled pork vinegar-based using hickory and oak wood. C, vinegar-based, has to be pork shoulder and use hickory and oak wood. I don't even know what this. They all sound the exact same.
No, they aren't.
What's the answer?
It's A.
It's A.
Yeah.
They got it.
They got the right answer. Good job.
C, the pork shoulder one, that's Lexington.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's Lexington.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, you guys ready now? So
it's
now
1-1.
it's tied. Yeah, but who was this? You're an historian. Who was the first president to host a barbecue at the White House? A, George Washington. B, Andrew Jackson. C, Thomas Jefferson. Or D, Lyndon Johnson. George Washington, Andrew Jackson, Thomas Jefferson, Lyndon B. Johnson, the first president to host a barbecue at the White House. He's the first on record to host a barbecue. I think. It is Thomas Jefferson. Well done.
So what do we have? Oh, they won.
They win.
They won the whole thing.
They win.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Congratulations. Good job.
Give it up to Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, you get a gift bag with a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah. All
Well,
right,
that's it,
Jack.
everybody. Thank you all.
Thank you guys for participating.
The party's not over, but the game is.
Music back on.
We'll be done here in about 6 o'clock, so keep eating and drinking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
And of course, we couldn't do anything without all the support that we received from our sponsors. Big kudos to all of the meat that was provided through U.S. Foods and Cargill. They provided all that brisket. I mean, it was like 1,300, 1,400 pounds of meat, which was crazy.
Thank you,
that
U.S. Foods.
They donated. And of course, Triangle Wine Company supporting us with all of the sparkling wines, Craft and Before with the beers. We had Food Scene doing such an amazing job with all the visuals. If you saw anything about it online, it was coming from the Food Scene team, both in copywriting, in video, in graphic design and all. They did a great job promoting this for us. Raleigh Magazine, both Gina Stevens put a great ad out in her magazine and also talked us up on the local CBS station, and that really attributed to a lot of our ticket sales. So that was great. And the other contributors like Orangina, Devil's Foot Beverage Company, providing all of their the sweets and drinks and all like that as well.
Yeah. Winebow, Wine Cellars, Vintage 59, Broadbent Selections, Wine Cellars. Thank you all for your help also with the wines. First feedback from the trivia game, which was awesome, is we need our great DJ Patrick to add in the do 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 do, and everybody needs walk-up music, which we did at the end, which is really cool.
That was fun. And so, yeah, we're thinking about like things that we could do a little bit better. You got to, if you're not trying to be better, then what are you doing things for? And so I think we talked about it, and perhaps one of our amazing sponsors on our show, we needed to utilize them for their technology. We talk about how Spot On helps us with technological advancements. And while we were checking people in at the door, we came kind of like a little bottleneck. There were so many people that wanted to come in right there off the rip at 2 o'clock. And we had 5 of us on our phones just checking people in, and that even wasn't enough. But maybe we do a little kiosk with Spot On next year, where you could just swipe, boom, QR code in and
automatically
out.
asks you if you want to subscribe from there to the podcast if you're not already a subscriber.
Yeah,
and it's a
buy merch
very
from
easy
there.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get a little bit more technologically advanced next time. I think we also thought that perhaps more beer might be a fun thing. Maybe some more beer selections, and maybe other types of bubbles like cider could be there, mead could be there. Let's just expand. I mean, we did have big shout out too to Orangina and Devil's Foot Beverage Company, who provided all the non-alcoholic stuff.
Yeah, that was great.
We had it was a family fun event. We had a kids zone. There were tons of kids. Your little boys were running around. My little girls were working the event.
They were.
Charlotte at 9 years old was like the director of operations.
Yeah.
She was like telling all the 12-year-olds like, hey, get over there. Hey, trash needs to be taken out over here.
That trash is looking full.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not big enough to take the trash out. You are. Go.
But going back to the beverage side, and I think just honing in and dialing in on the specific details. Yeah, more beer, maybe different types of beer, different types of bubbles, but also put on our big boy pants as we are sommeliers and get more deep in the details about pairing and reaching out to the chefs ahead of time to see really, hey, what bubble is going to pair with this. So it's in the conscious mind of the people of, hey, I'm drinking this and I'm tasting this. Is it a great match?
Yeah, that would be a really cool thing. A sommelier paired barbecue event with high-end champagne. I mean, why not? And so, yeah, if we use the champagne as the constant and say, okay, we have this particular style of champagne, these are its flavor notes. Hey, Jake Wood, this is the one we want to pair with you. With these flavor notes, what do you think would go great with your like accoutrement and how you're going to make your brisket?
Yeah.
So then it's more singularly defined, and then maybe we just have someone pouring the wine that's knowledgeable, sommelier themselves, to work at the same counter with, say, said Jake Wood at this particular idea. And then that way you get like a actual pairing with your brisket as you go through. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, so you have like a glass that you carry around with you, not just a one and dump, and you go around and taste every bite of food and every sip with it.
Yeah. And
then you can go get your beer and walk around and
just crush.
Yeah.
So we got to look for a great place to do number 3 if we can't do it at Smoky Hollow next year because of all the new businesses opening. We're conscious of that. I mean, if they wanted to participate, then we would more than be happy to do Smoky Hollow for our 3rd year because it was such a great event. But as a business owner myself, like, you're going to have this other festival selling food and drink where we're restaurants and we sell food and drink. So we'll figure it out. But maybe we'll incorporate everybody involved so that it can be great for them too. So,
but we would like any of your comments. Please review and subscribe. You can write a review of Bubbles and Brisket on our Instagram if you would like. But also, it really helps us if you subscribe to our podcast and review us there as well.
Yeah,
and 5 stars only, please.
Well, say what you want. If you have some constructive criticism, so we can be a better podcast, we want to hear it. And what people that you might want on the show or the framework of how you'd like it. But just so you know how podcasts work and how it gets out there, the more subscribers and the more reviews that we have, the more it shows up in other people's feeds. So if you like our show and you want to support us in some way, the best way you can is to write us a review and tell your friends and family and download on their phone when they're not looking. But kidding aside, write us a review. That is the best way you can help us. So we look forward to it. We were blown away. Our community came out. We really showed the love. I told my wife, like, as we were setting up in the morning, I got all misty-eyed as I was driving. I was getting all the beer, and I'm like, I feel so emotional right now because I feel so fucking positive.
Yeah.
And I haven't felt that way in a long time, and it felt great. So thank you to everybody out there that was contributing. We had so much help and support from everybody in the community around. So big kudos. But we will see you next Thursday on the NCF&B, as we always are. We will see you next year in the summertime. Date TBD, location TBD, but let us know what you think.
Yeah. Follow us on all our socials at NCFB Pod as well, and you will get all the information about Bubbles and Brisket number 3 at 2023. Until then, eat and drink merrily, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the NCF&B podcast. And if you've stuck with us this long, review us on iTunes, and remember, 5 stars are encouraged.